Here we go, episode number 59 of Horse Race Bets, uploaded and coming at you as we're getting so close to the big day that we're all looking so forward to. And the beauty of this is that we just have nothing but excitement. But the connections, nothing but stress, man. They're stressed. So with that, we get into it as we now jump into another week, less than 2 weeks to Kentucky Derby number 151. Here's the brand new look at the new Kentucky Derby top 5. You guys saw it, the comments from Hall of Fame rider Michael Earl Smith concerning Rodriguez, how he did what he did in the wood, how he's been training, and what he believes is the ceiling for this horse. He believes the horse is no problem at a mile and a quarter, and I agree. Listen, you have to listen to what the jockeys say, and you can easily tell. Like, I'll give you an example. When Mike talked about Rodriguez, he said pretty much everything we already knew. But what he also gave us was his level of confidence that he had in the horse, and that's huge. If you go back and look at the jockey comments on another horse by the name of Burnham Square, you will hear Brian Hernandez Jr., there's some uncertainty in his voice. And for the third time, you hear them say how the horse has been keyed up in the mornings. Burnham Square gets keyed up before the race. That's going to be a huge problem on Derby Day. They're not going to be able to fix that in time. So things like that you have to pay attention to. Rodriguez with the performance, the workout since then, really smooth. And the comments, that horse jumps to the top of the list because he's the speed and he might get away. If Rodriguez has company, Final Gambit is the one that gets him. His closing kick is just incredible. The way he's been training over the dirt track is getting everyone's attention. Brad Cox is super happy with the way the horse is training, and I love the way the horse runs. He's a Rich Strike kind of horse. But I don't think, well, yeah, he will be far back there. He's a Rich Strike kind of horse with a much better turn of foot. Grande, I just like the way the horse has been developing, and this is a kind of a recent trend. We saw it with Justify, we saw it again with Mage. Horses having just 3 prep races and then jumping right into the mix with the Derby and being ready to go. Grande has that going on for him. And I really like Johnny V back in the irons. Dylan Davis didn't do anything wrong in the wood. I just think Johnny knows the horse better, and Johnny just has more Derby experience. Luxor Cafe, he's just enticing because we don't really have one horse that we all kind of agree that is the big horse to beat. We all kind of feel like journalism is really good, but you can't really go all in on a horse who's been running in 5-horse fields getting ready for the Derby. That's just dumb. You can't do it. You're asking for way too much help. And if the horse is that good, if he can go from running in 5-horse fields to winning a 20-horse field race, he's probably going to win the Triple Crown. Like, he has to be that good, in my opinion. Luxor Cafe is enticing because just that turn of foot, and he's not a closer. He's going to be right there stalking. He's nice. And then Sovereignty, who was actually on our initial list, and we've always liked him. We were a little bit worried that he might get left behind because he likes to kind of sit back off the pace. The way he's been training and the way he ran in the Florida Derby, I was like, yeah, that horse has still got it. And he had a little bit of a break. And Bill Mott deserves to win the Derby outright. Country House was whatever it was, a disqualification, fluke, I don't care, but it's not how you want to win the Derby. So I feel like Bill Mott wants to win the Derby in that manner, right? Okay. So that's how we update our Kentucky Derby top 5. It's fluid, right? Things are happening the whole time. And don't forget, follow at Kentucky Derby on X, and they give you great look at the workouts, and they do the best that they can with their expertise, telling you what we're looking at. They pretty much confirmed what we all saw with Tistastic and Publisher. They often work in tandem, so we get some more context, but they saw what I saw and what you saw. I got 2 eyes and a brain, and so do you. You saw that Tistastic was struggling big time. He could not get past his stablemate, who hasn't won a race yet, in Publisher. Then I come to find out by going back and looking at the PPs, Tistastic has run twice over the track at Churchill, and he hated it. That's bad. That's bad. So we're going to get into that in a second. Let's take a look at our Kentucky Derby leaderboard. Right, so we see where the horses line up according to their points. We know Rodriguez is going to go. I think Cole Battle's a little too geeked up to let him go by himself. So I think that's going to be a serious factor when it comes to the pace scenario. We know Owen Almighty has to go. East Avenue's back on it. American Promise, we're going to have to talk about this. I might change my mind on whether he's going to be part of the pace. Admire Daytona, we know. Citizen Bull, I might change my mind on that as well as I continue to think about the fact that even if you put the blinkers on, and then take them off of the speed horse, he still might be keen to go. So that might be an issue for them. Look, Mattercat Road is out. It's only a matter of time before the connections have built come to their senses and say, we're out. Neo Equus will get in, and he might be part of that pace. So we're still waiting for those connections to make that decision so that we can move forward. In the meantime, we saw what we saw over the weekend with workouts, and now we have red flags on horses and green arrows on horses. Red flags mean, I don't like that. Green arrow mean, yeah, bro, let's go. So with the red flags, we talked about it, right? Tistastic did not look good. We come to find out he really likes the fairgrounds. Come to find out he does not like Churchill Downs. Come to find out he's off my top 5 list, and I'm not looking at that horse at all on Derby Day. He had to do something amazing in the next couple of days as far as his breezes are concerned to look more comfortable, to let me think that he's ready to go. Huge red flag on Tistastic. Huge red flag on Cole Battle. Look, the connections have been saying the same thing about this horse. He gets keyed up in the morning. He's eager. He's only getting worse as we get closer to the race. Go look at his workout. He was working out and a horse came up next to him. He's like, let's go. And the jocker had to be like, the rider was like, no, bro, let's wait. You got to wait. He did not want to wait. That horse. There's no bleeping way Cole Battle is going to be able to relax and stalk the pace on Derby Day. When they come out of the gate and Rodriguez goes and Citizen Bull goes and East Avenue goes and Owen Almighty goes, Cole Battle's like, let's go. He's going to go. That means he's not going to be relaxed. He's going to be fading when they turn for home. That's bad. And then there was a work with Flying Mohawk, and I didn't like the way his head was up like that. The whole, and I understand that horses have to be controlled, and the jockey has to say, hey, bro, this is not race time. I need you to mellow out. And usually the horse will receive that signal from the rider. He wasn't receiving the signal. I don't think that horse is going to be able to maintain his composure on Derby Day. So I just didn't like that with the workout. And you know, once again, look, we talk about the fact that I'm not a trainer. Most of you are not trainers. So we're taking all the experience that we all have as players. We've all done this for a while. The only difference is I had 25 years of access to connections, talking to them, listening to them, and then taking my own common sense and saying, that's not right. Or, yes, I agree with that. That makes sense. And you can only go off what you know. I want to talk about workouts and how it can reinforce your confidence. Obviously, I loved Giacomo in 2004 and 2005. Horse was disappointing me in every prep race, but I could see that he was just building and building and building and building. Well, the workout was the last thing I needed to hear. I've told the story. On the phone with Mike Smith, because I saw a workout in there. 7 furlong workout for Giacomo, best of 44. Going 7 furlongs. And I was like, I have never seen a 7 furlong work a couple of days before the Kentucky Derby. So I'm on the phone with Mike. I'm like, dude, what are you guys doing? He's like, Ken, he's ready. That 7 furlong work is exactly what we wanted. Wanted to get a little bit more into him. Continue to get that wind and distance, but 7 furlongs means you got to go a little bit. He's like, Ken, he's ready. If I get a seam, if I get enough racing luck, he will make his run. That's all I needed to hear. And so that's how the workouts and then the stuff that you hear from jockeys, more so than trainers, from jockeys, that can really help you, right? But when you're not getting that kind of information and you're seeing things on the track you don't like, that's red flags. Now, there are green arrows. That means, yeah, let's go. You look good. Final Gambit. Horse never run on dirt. We're all talking about the way he is moving over the dirt. Brad Cox loves not just the way he's moving over the dirt, but that he easily became acclimated to his surroundings at the track, right? And he's coming out of those workouts and breezes just feeling good, looking good. It's like, that's all you want. And when you hear the connections say those things, that's all you want to hear. You're like, yeah, man, let's go. And then Tappan Street. Now, Tappan Street's already a good horse. I feel like even though he won the Florida Derby, he's underneath the radar for some strange reason. But he gives us the green arrow because he showed up. And like I just said, most horses have to get acclimated to the conditions there and the surroundings at Churchill Downs. We saw that Tistastic is not liking it. But on the flip side, Tappan Street, just chilling, galloping around, taking it all in, not freaking out, not, ignoring the rider cues, just doing everything they ask, and he's comfortable. That's huge. Like, that's really, really big for all these horses. So that's why Tappan Street gets the green arrow. And then hearing what we heard from Mike about Rodriguez, hearing how he came out of the race, then watching his workout and saying he's by himself, but he's just smooth, just easy going around the track and using that natural speed, and it's not even bothering him. It's like, ooh, y'all might be in trouble when he break out on top, because Mike already said it too. I love it when riders, or maybe even the trainers, do a little WWE, WWF, do a little Muhammad Ali. Tell them beforehand, look, if you want some of this, you better get out of the gate on top. Mike already said it. If you want to run with him, you better come get me, because I'm gone. Once I get out, I'm gone. If you want to beat this dude, you better come. He said, you better run to get me. You better run to do it if you want to come meet me. Most of them won't have the courage to do that. And so I love that Mike said that. So all those horses get green arrows, bro, as they're moving forward. They're looking good. And then if you like them, that makes you feel good, right? So here we are, 12 days until the Kentucky Derby. And we just want the horses that we like to continue to look good. And if horses don't look good, you know, it's not our problem. That's the trainer's problem and the jockey's problem. All we care about is who's in the gate and who we get to bet. That is it. And if you want to get all wrapped up in the story of Cole Battle like a dummy, that's not what this is about. That's what the media is about. But that ain't got a goddamn thing to do with handicapping the race. You feel me? You can want Cole Battle to win for the little, all you want to. But that does not help you handicap the race. And that's the one thing that I'm glad I have nothing to do with. I don't care about anybody's story. Just win the race. I don't care. There's no special story about Country House, except the fact that he was put up via disqualification at 70-1. You've never heard any backstory about what he did at the farm. There's no special story. There's really none. We keep manufacturing these special stories because horse racing wants us to sell the culture. And I'm like, man, I don't care about your culture. I respect the fact you get up at 4 o'clock in the morning every morning. And I have a ridiculous amount of respect for the people who are sleeping back there, the grooms, and everyone who really, really stays with the horse every day. And I have tremendous amount of respect. If you heard about how many flights Brad Cox took this week to go check on all his horses, it's a lot of work. I respect all that. But I don't need the special tearjerker stories that NBC is going to spend 5 hours trying to shove down our throats and into our hearts on Saturday. That ain't got a damn thing to do with handicapping. Ignore it. Numbers, people. Numbers is all that matters. All right. That's going to do it. In the meantime, in between time, and until next time here on Horse Race Bets, I'm Ken Rudolph. I only care about the horse race betting aspect of it. That's what we're here for. All right? Let's get ready to do something legendary. Let's get ready to hit and be super proud of ourselves for studying, paying attention, not falling for the okie doke, and then hopefully being in the winner's circle on Saturday, May the 3rd. All right? We'll see y'all next time. We're going to start getting into speed. I'm going to separate the speed horses. I'm going to separate the stalkers. I'm going to separate the closers. I'm going to tell you which ones will be in the right spot when they turn for home. We're going to do all of that as we continue to assess what we're looking for and we get ready for the big day. It's so much fun. All right, I'll see you next time.